Caliban Prime has just been released, and it brings a fresh new look to the classic Caliban. We'll be taking a look at this new Prime frame, along with his accompanying weapons, and reviewing Caliban's kit for those that are new to him, or maybe just picking him back up with the new release. As far as the design goes, the devs have kept the Sentient Orokin hybrid theme, along with the iconic asymmetry around a midline split, now with a familiar Prime gilding. The aesthetics are nice, but compared to some of the recent Primes, it does leave some to be desired, especially since Caliban's Orfeo Deluxe was such a stunning skin. Caliban Prime was released alongside a brand new direct-to-Prime weapon, the Vidaria Prime. This sniper rifle is a unique release because it does not have a base version. The only time this has happened before was with the Gatva Prime, which was only available through Barricatier. This update also brings a primed version of Caliban's signature scythe, Venato. So without further ado, let's take a look at Caliban's kit. As a sentient-based warframe, Caliban has some unique traits. First off, Caliban's abilities inflict a unique status effect called Tau, which is exclusive to Caliban and sentient enemies. The Tau status effect increases vulnerability to acquiring additional status effects by 10% per stack, up to 10 stacks, or 100% status effect vulnerability. His actual passive also takes inspiration from the Sentience, with Caliban providing allies within affinity range up to 50% resistance to the damage types they are currently taking, much like the inherent adaptive resistance of sentient enemies, or even the mod adaptation. However, it's important to note that this effect does not stack with adaptation, and the higher of the two values between adaptation and this passive will take precedence. Caliban's first ability is called Razor Gyre. Caliban spins forward like a top, applying Tau status, refunding 25% of the energy spent, and replenishing Caliban's health for each enemy hit. At full health, Caliban receives shields, and at full shields, he receives overshields. Razor Gyre also synergizes with his second ability, Sentient Wrath, dealing increased damage to affected enemies. Caliban's second ability is called Sentient Wrath. Caliban stomps the ground, similar to Rhino's Stomp, dealing Tau damage, immobilizing enemies in the air, and inflicting them with damage vulnerability. The ability Caliban is probably most known for is his third ability, Lethal Progeny. Caliban has the choice of summoning 3 different types of sentient allies to fight alongside him, and regenerate ally shields. His default is to summon 3 Conculus, melee sentients which attack with a Razor Gyre-like ability, much like their enemy counterparts. The Conculus also synergize with Caliban's fourth ability, copying the laser beam Caliban casts on his enemies, making the Conculus the summons with the highest damage potential. He can also summon 3 ranged Ortholis. The Ortholis have 2 attack modes, Cannon and Mortar, and excel at applying Tau status in both forms, making them an excellent choice when your focus is applying status effects to enemies. The third option is to summon 1 Sumulist, which then opens a portal to summon up to 6 Corylus. Both the Sumulist and the Corylus fire homing projectiles with 0 to no status chance. Corylus that are killed before the duration ends will be resummoned by the Sumulist. Both the Conculus and the Corylus have a high threat level, making them ideal for situations where you need distractions to take enemy fire off you and your allies. Additionally, the shield regeneration provided by Lethal Progeny scales with the number of summons, making Sumulus and its Corylus the best defensive option. Caliban can only have 1 type of sentient active at a time. To change the summon type, Caliban must cycle through the options and recast, resetting the ability duration timer. Caliban also recently received an augment mod, which creates an additional ability synergy between his first ability, Razor Gyre, and his Ortholis summons specifically. The mod, called Razor Mortar, causes his Razor Gyre to group up affected enemies, which are then targeted by Caliban's active Ortholis, which deal additional electricity damage at an increased fire rate. The mod appears to have no effect on the other summons types, and Caliban will use Razor Gyre normally, with the addition of the grouping ability, when no active Ortholis are present. You can see the Ortholis here grouping up and bullying the enemies. Caliban's last ability, his 4, is called Fusion Strike. He casts 3 beams of pure tower energy that deal damage over time and converge into a final explosion. On convergence, all enemies struck by the ability detonate for additional damage. The ability leaves behind a fallout field that permanently strips a percentage of armor and shields from the enemies hit by the initial beams, as well as those that enter the area for a duration after the convergence explosion. Full armor strip can be achieved at 200% ability strength, or 164% ability strength with 1 corrosive projection mod. Shields are reduced by a percentage of the current maximum value, and can be regenerated naturally, even while within the fallout zone. Again, this ability also synergizes with Lethal Progeny's Conculus, significantly increasing the area of effect and the damage dealt. Thank you for watching this look at the new Caliban Prime. I hope you liked this video, and if you would like for me to go over the new Vidaria Prime and Venato Prime, please let me know in the comments. See you, Tenno.